You know what this looks like? Because you look like you're in a classroom. You look like you're the professor and I'm the student. Please give me an extension on my paper. I really need it. I'm willing to suck your dick. Hey, Kamusta? It's the Hey Kamusta podcast with your host, Josh Daniel Santos, and my co-host,
Arnold Barretto.
And we are back again.
I'm guessing we're not doing the intro like how we were trying to do last time.
What was the intro we were trying to do last time?
I have no idea.
Okay. So we're on the same page because I have no idea. I mean, we're here to talk about Drag Race Philippines again, something that we are really terrible at doing.
Sorry.
Yeah, because we took too long because we do have lives, and we had to wait until the latest episode, and then we decided to just power through these three and hopefully come to a more like organized schedule after. But yeah.
We're doing it for the first time. It's new. We're figuring things out. We also live in different parts of the world. So our schedules, not only are we trying to manage schedules, we're also trying to manage time zones, which is crazy. But yeah, we're busy.
I'm a virgin.
And you're a virgin?
Speaking of virgin, episode 2, do you want to power through episode 2? Just our thoughts, because you saw it, right?
Yes, but how are you, Josh? How are you doing? How has your week been? I've been good. I've been slightly busy, but thanks for asking.
Right. I'm here, and I just got back from my grandma's, which is like a few hours away, and just had lunch with her. That's it, literally. And it was great. It was nice to catch up with relatives I barely get to see, even though we're in the same country, which is insane to think about. But other than that, nothing much has been happening. How are you, Arnold? How have you been doing? How was your week? Are you doing great? Okay, thank you.
I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. It's been a little busy, as you obviously know, as we were trying to figure out our schedules to do this. I am literally recording this from work. And it's a Saturday. It's Saturday night, but it's not been busy with work. It's been busy with like life and people's birthdays and not.
That's actually insane to think about. It's Saturday night and you're still at the office. Oh my God, she is a hardworking lesbian. 9 to 5.
Lesbian.
Extracurricular. You know? Well, I only think of lesbians as the genuine, authentic girl bosses. We touched upon it last time. You said you look like a lesbian with your hair.
Oh yeah, no, it's true. I took a photo with a friend of mine recently at a party, and we were both drunk, and it was a Polaroid, and we looked at her. I was like, "Huh, we do look like lesbians."
But that's a great thing. That's a huge compliment.
Yeah,
you know, because they are the alphas. They are the true alphas, not these like fucking. What's his name? Adam Tate.
Andrew Tate.
Andrew Tate.
Yeah. Adam Tate. Okay.
One of the Bible names that start with A. Could have been Abraham. Sorry.
This is enough talking about it.
Okay.
So let's get to the episode. I'm done.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. So let's get to the episode. We're taking long to get to the episodes in this episode, like we do in putting out these episodes. Episode 2. It was a design challenge about flowers. It was great. Yeah. It was okay. I mean, the two people that were in the bottom was Turing and Corazon, which by the way, we all should have seen coming because they have this like beef. You don't see the Untucked episodes, right?
For some reason, I always end up watching it after we record these sessions.
Okay, fair enough.
Also, I'm sorry, but I really thought these episodes are an hour long, and then I sit down to watch them, and they're an hour and 30 minutes, and I'm like, why is this episode taking so fucking long?
It is so insane because these other spin-off franchises, they have like hour-long episodes or like over an hour because they have the Untucked segment inside the episode. But this one has its own Untucked, like season or like, separate thing. And it's still over an hour. So,
but the good thing is it doesn't, I feel like it doesn't feel long. It
Yeah.
does feel long to me because I have ADHD and it's hard for me to sit through a lot of it's not only that I have to sit through a very long episode, but I also have to like pay attention to the subtitles a lot.
Oh
So that's
yeah.
why it's a little hard for me to sit through it in one sitting. So I have to watch it in parts. But it doesn't feel like it's long if it was, like it moves fast.
Yeah, I get you. I get you. Also, yeah, I think that's just like a testament to the Queens' like personalities. Like they can keep you
Mhm.
engaged and like interested. So yeah. Anyway, Corazon and Turing at the bottom. So you've seen the Untucked episode, so you know that there was like this little beef storyline that's been building up.
Mhm.
So it made sense that they were going to be in the bottom.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that solidified like Turing, as a at that moment as a top contender. Like,
Oh, the beef or the lip sync?
no, the lip sync, because she was in control of her
No,
body.
the lip
Like,
sync, like
yeah,
in that moment, she like was immediately like one of the best lip syncers of the
yes,
franchise.
yeah,
Like overall, like she is like a lip sync assassin. Like I want to see
mm,
her lip sync all the fucking time.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, no, that's all, and all of the memes that came out of it, like it was.
Corazon goes home because where was the flowers? Which was so funny.
It wasn't just the flowers too. I mean, that was funny as well. Like Mama Pao is like amazing on the
She is
show.
so funny. She's so
She's so fun.
shady. I
And
love it, dude.
she is so personable and she's like so
Yeah.
real with all of the customers, all of the contestants.
Yeah, she doesn't seem like she's trying too hard, unlike some of
No,
the judges. Yeah.
all of the judges on this season are very like personable, very like it feels like you're talking to a friend, but
Uh-huh.
at the same
Yeah.
time, like the critiques seem like legitimate actual critiques, but also still like
Funny.
it's
Yeah.
it's very yeah, it's a very good cast of judges.
Yeah.
But as you were saying, like or as I was saying, like Corazon, like she could have saved herself, but that lip sync, like everything, like she was just I don't think she knew the song very well.
Yeah.
And like the way that she was performing it, she kind of like did a bunch of different things. It didn't like flow.
Exactly.
Uh,
And she
yeah.
cheated, apparently. That dress.
Oh, you're right.
Apparently you're not, I did not know that was a thing. Like you're not
No, it
allowed
is.
to.
It is a
Yeah.
thing, and you oftentimes like some queens will get away with it on like U.S. Drag Race, but
Yeah.
I feel like Jiggly has been like
Privilege.
robbed.
Yeah.
I feel like Jiggly, like at some point, they were like made fun of someone else, or like they saved someone else, but they put Jiggly
Yeah.
in the bottom or something like that. So I feel like Jiggly has some personal attachment to it.
Yeah.
She was very mad. She was very mad.
Yeah. But yeah, that was that. That was episode 2. And we move on to episode 3, which is the pop off at the episode, right? And it's very fitting that we left off the last episode with Turing's performance, because I think that is another highlight of this episode with the girl groups. What did you think about this episode in general?
What?
Yeah, what did you think of the episode in general?
In general, I
Yeah.
thought this was like I thought the episode was great. First of all, this was the episode where they had to climb the mini challenge was climbing up the thing, right?
Oh, that was episode 2. That was episode 2.
Oh, episode 2. What was the mini challenge for this? I think the producers are very smart in this episode, in this season.
Yeah.
Since I think even in a different episode, or maybe in the same episode, sorry, it's been a while.
That's okay. Yeah.
But they've asked queens to rank or ask them who they want to see going home or stuff like that. And also in this mini challenge, just the ranking, it causes drama in the workplace. It causes people to fight amongst each other. So it's always like they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
The producers are very well at producing, and it doesn't feel like they're producing too much. Yeah, I'm surprised that Precious Paul and Nicole was the one selected, because to me,
Yeah.
she was kind of like throughout the first few episodes, she felt like very safe.
Yeah.
So the way that everybody else, it's very interesting to see how everyone else in the room viewed each other compared to how we're seeing them on the show. So that was very interesting to me.
Well, Brigading being last wasn't a surprise. Right?
No. Also, I'm sorry, but we were at the end of this episode, they talked about how Brigading finally like figured out what her brand is. I still don't know what her brand is. Like, I'm still confused. I still don't know. I don't think I don't know. Like, what
Not
is
to
it?
jump, yeah, not to jump ahead, because like this is all gonna be like a mashed episode anyway. But like in episode 4's Untucked, Minty was like, I think the thing is the reason why you're safe is because we still don't know your brand. So like at the end, there was still no clear depiction of what her brand is. So, yeah.
I don't.
She was the last. Precious Paula Nicole was the first, and then uh they have girl groups. Did I
Yes.
say that right? I said girl groups.
Good. It's a
Yeah.
good group.
Yeah.
What did you think of the song?
Dude, it's so good. I love it.
Okay,
I
I
love
have to
it.
say, one of the best performances
Yeah,
in Drag Race history. Like one of the
exactly.
top.
Everyone was so on, like for the most part, everyone was so on point. Like it seemed, and the song was good too. It was actually catchy. You know, it wasn't like one of those like throwaway stupid songs. I'm looking at you, All Stars 5.
I
Yeah.
mean, to be honest, like I assumed you were gonna get a really like. I feel like Filipinos are known for, just like their love for music, their love for dancing,
Yeah.
their love for karaoke. So like I kind of felt like any musical related thing that is gonna happen on the show, like the production is gonna go off on it. So I was like not disappointed.
Yeah.
Like I was very excited to see that.
I was thinking though, again, we're jumping ahead for episode 4. I was like, oh wait, really? A Rusical right after the girl group
Oh yeah,
challenge?
no,
That was a
yeah.
little odd though. I mean, like I get that you want to show that Filipinos love to sing it and they know how, but like, well, maybe like 3 episodes down the line or something, you know?
It makes like I agree with you, and I like before watching the episode I was like, why is these two episodes next to each other, like these two
Yeah.
just next to each other? But it's kind of it is a very different challenge because one is singing, dancing, writing your lyrics, the other one is impersonating. So there is dancing along with it, but the impersonation is the most important part. But they do feel like very similar episodes.
Yeah.
So it made sense to put
Yeah.
them aside.
But anyway, back to episode 3, we have the Flex Bomb girls and the Pink Pussy Energy, the PPE.
Okay, I disagreed with Mama Pow. I liked calling it Pussy Pink Energy. Also, and I was like, when I was thinking about it, I was like, why do I like Pussy Pink more than Pink Pussy? Why is it Pussy Pink? And then I was like, oh yeah, Beyonce had a literal song where she said Pussy Pink in her.
Oh, right.
Okay, so who was your favorite in the Pink Pussy Energy group? The first group that went up.
If I'm being honest, it's honestly Minty and Venus. Venus, yeah.
For me, it was Venus. Like
Yeah.
Venus was the one.
I just like it because out of their entire team, they were the most like they sounded good. You know, Venus obviously without a doubt. Like even the judges said if you were in the other team, you would have been like in the top. So yeah. The rest, I mean, they were good, but like it wasn't as consistent as the other team, Flex Bomb Girls, because their flows, their bars were, their cadence was like on point for the most part. Yeah.
Again, like I didn't focus as much on the singing and the lyrics, because again, like lost in translation, like stuff, like it won't hit as hard. But I was focusing more on like the delivery, the singing, the performance, and like just like the energy that they were giving in the song and the vocal delivery and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, for me, Venus was the standout in this one. What about the other group for you?
Dude, first of all, I love all of their outfits. The all matching purple ones. I know the other group was all in pink as well, but for some reason the purple group, the Flex Bomb Girls, which was cute because it's an homage to the Sex Bomb Girls, but like the way that their outfits like kind of complement each other, and it's almost the same shade too. So it looks even like, I don't know. But I guess I have to say Turing was one of my favorites because I mean, like a lot of them are my favorites for different reasons. For example, Turing was my favorite because she looked great. She looked the best out of them, hands down. That hair, I love that hair and the way she moved her. Again, she has so much control over her body, which is great. And her verse was also really nice. I liked it. But Marina's had the most like cunty like verse. You know, like it sounded like something you hear on the radio. Like it sounded very mainstream, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
And Morgana, no, yeah, Morgana was funny. There were just moments in these like in their verses that I like how when it's when it was Able the Queen's turn,
Mhm.
they all just look at the judge and say, "Call her Miss Ava," and they just go back and they're like, "That shit is so iconic, dude. I love
Yeah.
that."
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I feel like everybody had in this group, everybody had like particular moments, which
yeah,
was really like wonderful because that's what you want, right? From a girl group, you want
exactly. Yeah,
everyone to have a particular moment. You want everyone to have a spot in the spotlight, spot in the spotlight.
yeah.
Um, but for me, touring took the most space, and I don't
Uh,
mean that like because she is a bigger queen. Like I mean like she like her presence took the most space.
yeah.
Like
She
she
was
was
also
like
in
she
the like middle of it, like she was in the
and
center. Yeah, but I
no,
get you.
which was like very which is what you want. Like that's the Beyonce of the group. Like you feel like she's the Beyonce of the group.
Yeah, she really does feel like that. That's why I loved her like the most, her confidence and everything.
That fucking after performance where they both went off on each other.
Dude, that's what solidified it as one of the best, if not the best, girl group
Yeah,
challenges. Because they're literally, oh, it was so powerful. I loved it. It was hyping me up, dude, and everyone was
it
hyped up.
was so good. That key change. Plus, on top of that, like all of those individual like comedy moments that they were giving, like
Yeah,
fucking what the fuck. Sorry.
I. Anyway, let's get on to the trauma talk of the episode, which was Ava feeling self-doubt, especially as a drag queen. So yeah, I have in my notes, ask Arnold if he has ever felt like that when doing drag. Have you ever doubted yourself as a drag queen? Like you're not a drag queen because you're not good at this or that or whatever, like the conventional, essential.
Um. Ooh.
Sorry.
No. Okay. So it's I grew up. I worked in a community of very interesting drag queens
Mhm.
when I was in New York City. My drag sister, auntie, drag ate, she was a pageant queen. Her friend was a pageant queen, but then my actual drag parental figure was not a pageant queen. Like
Okay.
their drag was very different. It was very alien, very cosplay. My drag brother, his drag was very masculine, but very different. Then my drag, like it's like we all did very different types of drag, and we were all good at
Yeah.
very different things. But we all like we were in a small community. We kind of like we were the only drag, one of the only drag families, I would say, in that area. So like we kind of like build each other up. So it didn't feel like we didn't belong as drag queens because we were all doing very different things and we were all very understanding and helpful and like leading each other on and like championing each other on. And then when I moved to New York City has so many different types of drags, you know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I lived in Bushwick and people would just like be doing drag performances, but like all they did was throw on a little H&M dress, slapped on a wig, put on makeup, just like a lipstick, not even like full face of drag, but like it's the performance, right? It's like, what do you value in this drag performance?
Yeah.
What do you value as drag for yourself? So for me, I never felt that way. I did feel like, you know, my drag might not be as strong as other people. I might feel like I'm not investing as like a lot of people told me like, oh, you should go on Drag Race, but I was like, my drag is not there. Like I don't feel like that. So I connect to that in that way, but like I don't feel like my drag is there. Um, but did I not feel like I was not a drag queen? No.
That's good. I like that.
I don't do drag anymore, and I still feel like a drag queen. If that
No, I
makes
mean,
sense.
as you should, yeah. What I do find funny when the group before the Flex Bomb girls performed was they all did like a prayer. They all
Yeah, I mean, but
I mean, I love that. Like work. Yeah.
it's very. I was like, I was so glad that they included that because that's
Yeah.
the other thing that you know about Filipinos. It's like y'all are very religious. Some of y'all are very religious, despite your sexual standings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Christianity is very huge in the Philippines. So it was really interesting to see that, like, you know, included in the show. And
Yeah.
not even, it's not like a storyline, you know, like in Drag Race US would make it a storyline, but here it's just like, It's
It
just a
is. It's just yeah, exactly. It's just their culture. Yeah, I like that. I just wrote so Filipino with a smiley face. Yeah. So yeah, let's get to the runway. But before we do that, can we talk about Mama Pao? Mama
Listen,
Pao looks so good in that outfit. All of her outfits have been so stellar. They all look so big, which I like. They all look so grand. I love
mhm.
that. I don't know
But
how you get that to stand. That's
I
insane.
she does this hair though. That hair, it's so like her. You know the hair that she does. Like
Yeah,
it's a
yeah,
very
yeah. I get you. It's like that. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
I
yeah,
get
yeah.
you. I like
I
that.
mean, I'm not hating on it. RuPaul has the same hair silhouette most of the time too.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm interested to see if she ever does a different hair.
Oh, that would be interesting. Yeah, because even in episode 4, she had like a similar silhouette to her hair. So I get you. Anyway, the category, I love this category, by the way, is Shake, Rattle, and Rampa. I love this because I love the Shake, Rattle, and Roll movies because they explained it in the episode. They're just like, like this long line of anthology movies. And I love that. It's my favorite is this LRT one where people die in a train one by one.
Really?
I am sad because a trend alert that seems to be very prominent within all of them is the Chanak, the baby, which I'm
And I
like,
think
okay.
of a chanak, I think of the chanak and not actually holding a chanak. That was
Yeah.
not holding a chanak.
Oh my God, you're talking about silhouette, aren't you?
Yes.
Also, I love the critique they had. Like the one time you decide to not look gothy, like you usually do, is when you have to look like a fucking vampire bitch. Which was so funny. It was like the wrong time to be versatile. But yeah, who was your top 3 out of these girls?
Oh, good question. That's a very nice question. Thank you for asking me
Yeah.
that question.
And maybe you can make up your mind after we quickly go through all of them by saying either hey or nyeh.
Oh, okay, we're doing that. Okay, cool.
Okay, so we're gonna go through them and just a quick hey or nyeh. And if you really like the outfit, you can say, hey with like 3 Ys or 4 Ys. The more Ys,
How about hey?
yeah, hey, okay,
Hey. Okay.
yeah, okay. So first one is Precious. Hey or nyeh?
Precious. It's a hey. It's
Yeah,
a hey.
it's a hey for me just because of the like baby crawling out of the
No, but she
stage.
had the baby crawling. No, no, hey.
Yeah, I was like, I was waiting
Yeah.
for that.
I
That shit
forgot the
was so
performance
camp.
element.
Yeah.
The outfit itself is a hey, but the performance and the baby, everything is
Yeah.
hey.
Yeah,
Okay.
the baby's runway was a hey. Precious was
Yes.
just a hey. The baby stole that runway. Okay, silhouette.
Silhouette. Silhouette was like
Be nice now. Did you watch the Untucked for this episode?
I did, but that's not, I'm sorry,
Just
that doesn't
kidding.
matter. That doesn't
Yeah.
matter. I'm not paying attention to how you feel. I'm paying attention to the runway. It was like in between.
So just like a hey.
It's a,
Or a hi.
it's
Yeah,
a,
just hi.
it's a nay, nay.
Nay.
Not a
Okay.
neck. Wait, how,
Yeah.
say it right.
It's just a funny
It's
noise.
not a neck. It's not a
Yeah.
neck. It's a nay. Nay. It's a nay.
I feel like she should have put more hip pads. I mean, maybe it's just her aesthetic to not have a figure, but like, like no, this is sick, right?
I think it's aesthetic to not have a figure.
Yeah, I mean, Adora Delano did that a lot.
Okay, but the way you said it.
Minty.
Minty was I'm sorry, this is a neck for me.
Yeah, okay, here's the thing. I like the concept and I love that it's not a China, but like the knitted sweater underneath, I feel like that made no sense. I like the fabric, but maybe I just don't know my Filipino folklore enough. But the abuelerios that I've always read up or seen on TV, they didn't wear that kind of like clothing. So unless you told me you were an abelerio, I wouldn't have known that was what you were. I would have thought like maybe dead mom or something. I would say hey. I wouldn't say nyek because the bias is there.
For me,
So,
yes, I know.
Gigi.
GG era. Okay, oh my god, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, it just came back to my mind what she wore.
Gigi era.
I love her so much.
No, but here's the thing though. I fucking love this.
I do too. I love it so much.
It's my favorite thing on the runway. Is it good? No.
No.
It's my favorite thing on the runway.
Did she crawl on the stage? They were like, you were supposed to make it drag, not like an actual monster.
Yeah. No, the only thing is like, yeah, she just needed to make it drag. Like if she put on a heel and like if she was still crawling on the floor, but she was wearing a heel, like how iconic that would be.
Oh yeah.
Iconic. If she had the nails on while she was in baby drag, like she just needed to make it drag. And this is something that I think I mentioned last time too, right?
Yeah.
It's like you can have a great concept, but you have to still make it, you have to push it to the dragginess part of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like even the bonnet that she had on, if that was a wig, like it was the same shape, same
or like
everything,
at least rhinestone, because it wasn't even bedazzled or anything.
bedazzle the blood, like put like rhinestones on the blood, the rhinestones like dripping down from like where she has the blood there. It would have like pushed it to like perfection. But yeah, but I still loved it.
So dude, even Dragula would not take her because there was no drag. I mean, it was Halloween. I'm gonna give it a hey. It's a nyeh, but because of the nyeh, it goes hey. You know, it's so bad that it's
so far past neck. It's a hey.
Yeah. Oh god, I love that. What about Venus? Manananggal, which is which used to scare me as a kid. This is like these vampire-like creatures with fucking bat wings, and they separate their bodies for some reason from the waist down. And the only way to kill it is to find their lower half and put salt on it.
Oh, cool. From the front, it's a hey.
Yeah.
But from the back, I didn't think we needed to see.
You're just body shaming her at this point. Just
no. It's
just
not
kidding,
even.
kidding.
It's no, but literally, it's not even that. It's like literally, like I think it would have been so much stronger if we didn't see how she did the illusion, because then we would still be talking about how she did the illusion.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, I'll give it a hey. I'll give it a hey.
It's an almost hey. It's an almost.
Yeah, it's not a hey. It's just a
too
hey.
much of things away. Yeah, it's a hey.
Yeah.
If the back was also not revealed, then it would have pushed it to the hey.
Yeah, I get you. Okay, Turing, the tick, the giant bird creature thing.
It's a hey.
Yeah, that's a hey. She seems so coordinated because there are a lot of dancers, like queens that are dancers as well, but they don't have that like fucking power. Like they don't hit it when they like coordinate themselves. So I feel like she really has it down to a T. That's why I'm always mesmerized by her performance. So yeah. How about Ava, the Impakita, the mother Aswang? What'd you think of it?
It's a nay for me.
Yeah, it seemed too okay. This is gonna be this might come off as a weird thing to say, but it seemed too westernized, which I did not like. It just seemed very Victorian almost because of the hair and the gown, and I was just like, that's not really how I've seen in Paquitas before, and it just feels like a Western take on it, which is okay, but like,
I feel her throughout the season, and I feel like she's kind of getting forgettable for me now.
Yeah.
Her look, like this outfit, like I agree with you, it's very westernized, but I think that's also her drag is a little bit more westernized, and that's also what she did say when she like did her promo. I think like not that she was westernized, but she was very mindful about being global.
Yeah, I get that. Which is not a bad thing. It's smart, if anything. Yeah, it just didn't look with the theme, and then comparing to everyone else, they seemed more grounded with the concept. Yeah. So it was a nyeh for me too. And now we have Marina, the Shokoi, which is the mermaid creature thing. I like it. I like it because it's a hey for me with 2 Y's because it's not an S1. And it's a good branding water shit. So yeah. Brigading, the clairvoyant. Yeah. What did you think?
Conceptually, it's a hey, but execution-wise, it's a nay.
Yeah,
Not
it's
a
a
neck, not a neck, it's a nay.
okay. It's like
Yeah.
for me. The only
Okay.
thing I liked was literally the crown, the little bone crown, and that was it. So yeah.
No, I feel like if the bodysuit was like tighter and like more well fitted, it would have
Yeah,
been a hey for me. But yeah.
I get you, yeah. But I do appreciate the judges calling her over. By the way, since we're in brigading, just to say, how does it feel? You know, you were voted last, but then now you're the like you're the captain of the winning team, which is nice. But
Mhm.
so dramatic. It was so unnecessary. She could have said it while they were there, you know, not when she was already halfway towards the back and like, wait. So yeah. And the last one is Lady Morgana, which is the Sari Manok, which is I'm not familiar with what it is, but it is what she wore. What do you think of the outfit as a look? I had a very particular note about it.
It's a uh, it's a nay for me. I've been giving out a lot of nays, but that's how
Yeah,
I
you're so
feel.
harsh.
This,
You know what I wrote for Lady Morgana's look? This look looks like Kennedy's hooker sister.
mm,
I feel like
mm,
they're sisters, you know, after a long night of hooking. Yeah, so it was giving very much that. It wasn't my favorite either. But yeah,
sure.
the winner of this episode is Turing. Do you think it was deserved?
It was okay. Here's my thing. Okay.
Okay.
So I thought it was deserved. One,
Hmm.
two. I was like, she's going home soon.
Really? Why would you say that?
Because her storyline is over. Literally, like she was in the bottom, or she was safe. No,
Yeah. She was
the
in
first episode.
yeah,
Then she was in the bottom, and
yeah.
then very quickly she was in the top. We've already had the conversations about her body image and like her being a plus size queen. We've had all of those issues, and like she had the hero's journey. What else is that? Like, what else are we going to talk about with her?
Oh, okay.
So I
Come
I
through
felt
production.
yeah, I've been watching a lot of production videos, but I was like, the minute when she won, I was like, fuck, this was too soon for her. Like, I appreciate that she won, but it just felt like I don't know what storyline she's going to get next, and if she's going to be in the season longer. And then obviously things happen the next episode.
Well,
So
I will say at least she had a very impactful 4 episodes, even though she went home early. I mean, like it's better that than being in like eternal limbo that
mhm.
is Jan's treatment. Yeah, okay. So the bottom two is with Silhouette and Gigi Era. What
Mhm.
did you what and obviously okay, what are your thoughts on the bottom two here?
Yeah, seemed fair. The lip sync, I feel like the lip sync was fair. Gigi, I loved her energy. I loved what she brought to the competition. But there's no way she was gonna win that lip sync. I'm sorry. So yeah, her going home made sense at that time.
Yeah. Yeah. So with her going home, I just wanted to give one message, like a message to her, like for her and to her. So if ever she sees this or whatever, that she was for me someone I wasn't expecting to really like, even though it's funny because like, you know, she lives in Melbourne and you know, I lived in Melbs as well. And I was like, if anything, I relate to that kind of like in between. And yeah, but like I still felt disconnected until more of the untucked moments happen and her in the episodes just being funny. And untucked episode 2, you know, Brigadine goes up to her and she's like, "Did you hear that? She called me like crazy, or but she called me blue." And Gigi's just like, "Oh, sorry, I wasn't listening. I was listening to the lip sync song," which like she's just so like she's
Personable.
really fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
really personable. Yeah. So, and plus she has so many funny moments. This Chanak look and this moment is gonna go down in her history, Drag Race history. So, you know, even though she left early, she has left her mark, and this isn't the end for her. Like, dude, she's working in both the Philippines and Melbs and now the world as well. You know, as a drag artist. So yeah, she'll be fine. Should we move on to episode 4 now, which is the OPM Divas, the Rusical? Okay, OPM, original Filipino music, which I love. What did you think of the mini challenge, which was them having the Chinese garter mini challenge, them having to jump over that, you know,
Okay,
hurdle.
first of all, can we talk about that fucking pit crew member whose pit crew member was very attentive that day?
Why did he have a boner?
He had a boner.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I thought they were just accentuating. No, I saw it. I thought they were just accentuating his bulge. I didn't think he had.
I don't know. It seemed like he had a boner, but also, and then when they were like shooting,
Yeah.
they kind of skedaddled him to the side. So like you weren't seeing it as much. And like when he walks into the room, they kind of like zoom in. So I was like, did they not expect this to happen? Like something going on? Like
Oh my
I was
God.
really confused and fascinated.
Would you be okay? My question is, would you be able to to win this? Do you think if you were?
Listen, I can't. No.
Yeah, dude, I have no idea how a lot of them. I thought everyone would fail the first round. It
Oh,
just
also, they went from 1 to 100.
yeah, good for them. I mean, like I noticed, especially Marina, she's the one who stuck out to me. That bitch is flexible. She can flip. I like that.
It's really funny how Lady Morgana tried. She did a cartwheel, but she was too short.
This is, you see what I mean? I just love her because she's so unintentionally funny. It's just, I do, yeah, that was funny. I like these queens are so funny. Moving on, we go to the Maxi Challenge, and it is a Rusical wherein the queens have to impersonate certain Filipina divas or like songstresses of the Philippines throughout the years. I said that. Did you know any of them?
I mean, like Leah is iconic. Like I've watched her on my own. That performance of that's on YouTube of her singing that song is so like stunning. And the way that she starts off that song is so stunning. So I've seen her in that. I've seen her. I think she was also on Crazy Ex-Girlfriend in like one season.
Oh,
Like she,
cool. Yeah. I
yeah.
haven't
So
seen the show, but yeah.
oh, I love that show. There's a
You know about Milan, right? You know
yeah, she
she.
was yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, I know of her very well. The others, not so much, because I feel like they're very more
Yeah, I
local.
get you.
Yeah.
To be okay. Before I get to my next point, I just wanted to touch upon Leia. Too. You know what? I started watching this one show recently, and it was the most random show for me to see Leia Salonga in. And okay, so do you know Pretty Little Liars?
Mhm.
Okay, so they have this new spin-off thing, like this new like present day Pretty Little Liars. And one of the moms, the lesbian moms, is Leia Salonga. And I didn't even notice it was her until my brother had to point it out. I'm just like, this bitch, what is she doing? It was so random. But yeah, she was it was her that I knew. I knew Moira de la Torre, which was played by Minty. Leia played by Lady Morgana, which by the way is so dirty of them to do. They wanted her to go home that episode. And then touring as Ati Shawi, which is Sharon Canetta. I knew her because my mom idolizes her. My mom loves her. I remember growing up, all my all I remember like in terms of Sharon Canetta is my mom wanting to look like her. Like she'd always get the same haircut and she even kind of dressed the same. So like yeah, every time I see Sharon Canetta now, I just think of my mom. So it was nice. And for it to be played by Turing was nice. Yeah, I also knew Sarah Geronimo. She's very popular, but I knew her from her rom-com days because she used to be a rom-com. She used to be the Katherine Heigl of the Philippines. But apparently she's a singer, which I knew, but I just didn't know that was her main thing. I thought acting was her main thing. And then Precious as Regine Velasquez, who I also knew because very popular singer. Which, by the way, speaking of Regine Velasquez, well, just a lot to say about Regine Velasquez. One thing I was like thinking, like that I was questioning, because Precious got that role, but Venus wanted that role, right? And she was like, "Let's switch," you know. I'm like, but these were pre-assigned to you.
Which I mean, I guess it's interesting that they were considering switching, and that's like
Yeah,
a thing that was on the table.
yeah, exactly.
But it was also very interesting that the girls were assigned characters
Yeah, yeah. That's why I was
because
like, they really wanted Lady Morgana to go home.
yeah, well. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe they were expecting Lady Morgana not to stay as long. Because what about the other queens? Because if they assigned these roles, like somebody else was going to get, depending on who went home first and who was still in the
Oh,
competition.
fair.
Because
Yeah,
they
yeah,
probably didn't know, unless they had different parts written for each of the
yeah,
girls,
yeah.
different divas for each of the girls. Why am I a producer? What the fuck?
Yeah, you're giving very much producer tease right now.
Yeah, but I'm assuming like they would have, if they had each role for each queen, then they would have had a role for Corzon, they would have a role for Prince, or these were the roles and they kind of like just decided which one to give to each
Yeah,
other.
I mean, like they should have given the winner of the mini challenge to the
To
role
decide
to
themselves
decide.
or
Yeah,
something. Yeah,
exactly.
they took
Yeah,
away that drama element of it. They were like,
yeah,
you get this, you get this, you get this. So the other thing is also what I was thinking was that these girls were asked what queens they can do or what divas they can do in like the auditions or something like that, or maybe like an initial stage,
yeah, yeah,
and then
yeah.
they were given the parts based on their
Yeah,
performance.
probably. I think anyone that just got Leia Salonga's like character was it like, so it could have been Gigi, it could have been Pearl. I keep saying Pearl for Prince. I'm so sorry. It could have been Prince. It could have been who's the other one that went on? Oh, Karzan.
Yeah.
It could have been any of them. I think
Corazon could have done a really good Leia.
actually, yeah, she has the face. She has the face for it. I see that.
Should we go for a yay or nay?
The category is Perlas ng Sinanganan. Let's go through Silhouette first. And she was the
Okay.
first one too in the performance. What did you think of her performance?
I did not even know it was Silhouette. I did not realize it was Silhouette until after. This
Yeah.
performance, like, this is what I was looking for from her. Like, this is absolutely the best of the night for me.
Yeah, I saw more of a character too with her little like, little jokes, her mannerisms. Like I saw her leaning into the character completely,
Yeah.
which as cliche as it sounds, like, yeah, it's like obvious, just lean into the character. There are still so many queens that have that hesitation and reservations, are like
Mhm.
that it was present like with her. And
No,
yeah, I like it.
it was top to bottom. Like I don't know these divas that much, but
Yeah.
like top to bottom, the transformation, the everything, it was a full
Yeah, it was a hey. And how about what about her outfit? At first it
oh
seemed like she was someone off the Titanic, and then she strips
neck.
that off.
Nick, I'm sorry.
Really?
I'm sorry. I did not. Okay, I liked the reveal.
Yeah.
I did not like what it revealed to. That's a fucking corset. It's not like I don't know. It wasn't like the cinch wasn't like too super cinch or something. Like it just didn't feel like it just felt like, oh, I'm taking this off and now these are my underwear.
Yeah.
Um, they're
It seemed
pearl and they're stone.
yeah. Yeah, it did seem very empty, I feel like.
Mhm.
Because like
I,
you had such a big ass gown, then you take it all
yeah,
away, it feels very small.
and
Again,
like
like, yeah, sorry, go on.
so no, I also like I didn't care for the nipples showing, for the tits showing. Like it didn't feel like a specific thing, you know.
Yeah.
Whereas
It would be nice
I
if
feel
she
like
like fucking put pearls on those nipples, you
yeah,
know. So
like I feel like Venus and a Precious, like if like she got her look to be somewhere in between theirs while still pulling out the concepts that she did, she
yeah,
would have won. Like
yeah. Maybe it's her aesthetic to have that silhouette. Silhouette. Let's go on to Brigading. What did you think of that? Like the disco diva. I loved it.
yeah, it was a hey. It was a hey. It was very good. It was like very soulful. It was very well done. I would say it's a hey.
Yeah, it's a hey for me too. And what about her outfit? Miss
Also a hey.
Showgirl. I loved it. I
Mhm.
loved how dramatic it was. It was so theatric with the shell. Yeah, it was a hey for me. It sucks that she was safe again and didn't get to critique him, and she feels the same. But yeah,
I think this episode was her best show,
yeah,
her best
yeah.
showing
She
overall.
looked great. Yeah.
But I don't know, something there was a little bit something off for me with it, for me to love it completely, like the outfit, but it was
Okay.
still like very good. It was
Oh
still
yeah, yeah. Felt very Vegas, so I liked it. Uh yeah, so it's a hey for me in both aspects as well. And now how about Minty Fresh? What did you think of her performance? Was it safe?
It's still kind of safe for me.
Yeah.
So the performance was also a hey. It wasn't, it's like a lower hey.
Yeah. I
It
mean, to
took
be
me,
fair, it's because of the person she's impersonating, and she said this is very low energy, so she was impersonating it. Yeah.
sure, but I feel like I'm missing something from her. And she's giving me very much like Dua Lipa vibes. Okay, let me explain. Let me explain. Not Dua Lipa dancing in like pre-COVID, future nostalgia. Uh,
Okay.
there is something about Dua Lipa for me right now, where when she performs, I feel like there's a disconnect between her face and everything else that she's doing.
Okay. I feel like it is because she's in her head, right? You think so?
She's in her head. She's giving model face,
Okay.
but she's not giving like I'm feeling the song face.
Okay.
And
But
with
it's not in her head. It's in her face.
it's in her face.
Yeah.
Uh, and how's your head?
It's not
Minty,
giving much face.
not
Sorry.
really.
Okay, go on, go on.
For me, Minty is somewhere similar where she's hitting every single box of like amazing, stunning, amazing, stunning, amazing, stunning. But there's something that I'm missing where I just can't connect to,
Those
which
are
is why
just two boxes repeated over and over again.
but overall, like I thought it was a good performance and like it was good. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I like I mean, I feel like the bottle thing was her improv to make the character at least funny because it is
I don't I think the bottle was necessary because I did not know what was going on until I saw the bottle.
yeah,
But I was like, oh, it would be nice if it was rhinestoned or if
yeah.
it was like a flask that was rhinestoned or something else. It just
I
felt
feel
like
like that
a
was given by production though, because I don't think you're allowed.
maybe it was, but I don't know. I feel like if it was like Alaska or like someone who's a really like smart drag race girl, like a drag race queen who's a
Yeah,
drag race girl, you know, like
yeah,
Monet or someone like that, they would probably like rhinestone that shit.
yeah.
Um,
That's fair. Yeah, and her runway.
also a hey,
I like her makeup and her hair.
yeah.
Great. I love Minty and I want her to win, but I also don't want to be too biased. And I feel like she was very rightfully safe this
Mhm.
episode,
Yeah, yeah.
which is like to a point not in her control because she didn't choose the character. So yeah, like I feel like they typecasted her. But yeah, it was safe. So for me, it's also like a hey and hey with one E and one Y, and the H is capital. Just hey. Hey, Precious. What did you think of Precious? Precious.
So stupid. Precious was this was definitely rightfully the top, one of the
Yeah.
top. Her performance was perfection,
Yeah.
and her look was perfection. So haze on both of them.
Yeah. For her to feel confident enough to make fun of, like, to exaggerate and kind of like make fun of Regine's mannerisms in front of Regine
Mhm.
is ballsy. So I do
And
like that. Yeah.
it's the hardest thing out of every one of them
Yeah.
because you know she's there.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. And she's the last one too. Like they made sure to put her last just so. Yeah. So I think it's a
She also had
hey for me too. Yeah.
she also had the biggest the standout ending.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
she
yeah,
had to get
that's
up on
true.
the platform. Yeah,
Yeah. And what did you think of her? Oh, you said her runway was pretty good too, right?
yeah.
Yeah, same. I get that. Okay, so next is Marina Summers. What did
Mm.
you think of her performance?
Also a top, definitely a top this season. No, this
I think
episode.
she's actually quite first. I think she's first.
Sexually?
I don't know.
Hmm?
She was great dancing. Like the way she moved. I think this was the first time I saw her like properly dancing and moving her body. It was giving touring energy because it was like so energetic, and I like that.
No,
Yeah,
I think I agree with you. I think this was the episode where it was kind of all lined up for her in the performance
yeah,
part. Because we know that she is a dancer, we know that she is a singer. This is something that she's been mentioning since the beginning. Um, So it was really great to see her come alive in the performance. And then the runway was also stunning.
Yeah, I have some notes. I loved both the runway and the performance, but I did have some notes. Again, I think it's like Mama Pao said, the fitting. Well, she said it more so for her runway, but like for the performance, her nude bodysuit, I felt like it felt lighter than her skin tone. So there was like that disconnect. It looked like she was wearing, I mean, I know she's wearing a suit, but it did look like it was so blatant because of the difference in skin tones. So yeah,
It-
I think it's just a hey for me again on both
Yeah.
aspects. Hey, hey, hey. And next is Turing. What did you think?
Touring. I like the performance. I like the divas.
Yeah.
Like it was funny to me. It like hit all of the marks. So I was kind of surprised to see her in the bottom, but at the
Yeah.
same time,
Yeah.
the runway was not good.
I
I liked
think
her performance. I thought her performance was a hey. No, no, no.
yeah.
It was a hey with just one Y. Um, yeah, I thought her performance was a hey with the one Y.
What did you think of Lady Morgana?
Lady Morgana. I liked her Leah Solana. Yeah, I think she really needed to place Leah into a character, which is what they all said. Because when she walked out, I was like, does Leah wear stuff like this? Like, I don't know her that well, but I was just like, does Leah wear stuff like this?
Mhm.
But the face, it was kind of giving. So I wasn't like, I can kind of see it a little bit. I like she is a very softer queen, like softer diva, Leah. So it was fine. Like I felt fine. I felt fine. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I I loved her runway when she started crying. She started breaking down. Because she was in a wedding gown. I thought it was just really stupid. I thought it was so extra. She was doing too much, but like
Yeah.
in a character, it was in a fun way. But yeah, it was a yeah. I'll be honest for both for me for Leia and for the
For me, it's a nay
okay.
on Leah and Nick on the look, the runway.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Okay, what about Venus? What do you think of her?
I think while I was watching it, I was like, I like this performance, but now I
Yeah.
don't remember it.
Yeah, okay, that's fair because you don't know her, so that's fair. Yeah, I think her performance was one of the better ones, like one of the
Mm-mm.
better divas, because she did look like someone else. She didn't look like her, which was my basis if I didn't know them. Like if they were able to kind of like transform, then yeah. And her outfit, I think, is my favorite out of this runway. The little Beyonce look. Yeah,
Yeah, it actually does feel very Beyonce, like something.
yeah,
And with the train, the white train, for some reason, I don't know why it just brings me back. It's not the same. It's not the same at all, but it reminds me of Lemonade a little bit.
mhm.
Just the shape of it, like I don't know why, it just reminds me of it.
No, I
But yeah,
get you.
it's very beautiful, and I could,
Yeah,
yeah.
so yeah, Venus has a Hey Kamusta for me, from me, because she looked like an all-star queen.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. Actually, she is very polished in this one. So it's a hey for both.
yeah. So I did like her. And Ava, she's the last one. So yeah, what did you think of, her performance and her runway? Are you gonna say forgettable?
Okay, I don't know who this diva is, but she feels very K-pop.
Yeah,
That
very
her
much
and
that little, big
yeah,
that
yeah,
hyper
yeah,
pop type of feel. Yeah, yeah, I get you.
yeah,
Yeah,
just like a baby metal slash also
Squid Game
K-pop.
character.
No, I really liked it. I thought the performance was really good. Like it
Yeah,
sold the character to me. It was the physicality of it was very great.
yeah, she
Really
was very like in childish and everything. So I see that. Not childish, but animated, let's say. So I get that. And what about her runway? Did you like it? Is that a hey or a yeah?
It's a hey, but like a forgettable hey.
Yeah, I think she's rightfully safe. I think it was a hey with
It's a it's a
with
hey on
three
both.
E's but one Y. I'm just
Eh?
making up my hey rules as we go. So yeah, they all look good. Let's talk about the judges for a while before we finally go to the bottom two in the winning group. Uh, they were not playing. These judges were not playing today. They decided to just start violence.
They've never been playing. I feel like they've always been like very, very direct, very pointed.
Yeah, but today especially they were very like harsh. Mama Pao, first of all, looks so good. I
Yeah.
love that blue. I love that blue. That's like my favorite kind of blue. But yeah, like Jiggly saying, "Quit playing, wake the fuck up," you know, towards Minty. Like that was so random because episode 1 she won. Episode 2 she was in the
I
top. Wait,
I think
she did not? Yeah.
listen, I'm telling you, Minty is getting forgettable.
Yeah, it's true. No, but I feel like they're setting up that's their way of setting her up to be the winner. Wake the fuck up, wake the fuck up. Or like, okay, it's very much Pearl. So I feel like she's gonna be top 3 at least. At the very least.
I think just the with her coming in, like it always felt like she was gonna be top 3.
Mama Pao say that hair, George Turing. She really or the hair instead of the shoes. So she is such a potster. No, not a
You
potster.
know,
She's such a troll. She's a fucking troll.
she's a troll. She's a fucking troll. But at the same time, you don't want her to say anything like that because if she says anything like that, you're going fucking home that episode.
Yeah, I think that's why Turing had her, yeah, her faint, her fainting. I'm
Wow.
only
Are
okay.
you gaslighting? Are you gaslighting Turing's fainting?
No, I'm only
Are you
saying that because
gaslighting her?
in the
Are you
no,
saying
because
that Turing was faking her fainting?
no. First of all, I'm gonna say what the Untucked said as well. She did
The
not
Untucked
faint. She did not faint. Second, the blood pressure said it was normal.
Just because someone's blood pressure is, just because your body is showing that on the chart that you're fine does not mean that your mental health is not affecting your body. You should know better, Josh.
Okay, no, but what she
How
was
dare
saying was
you?
no, what she
How
was saying
dare
was
you
she
come for
fainted.
our
Listen, bitch. First of all, she said she fainted. Technicalities, she fainted, according to her. And I was just saying she did not faint. That's why I said fainted, because she did not faint technically. But
because
she did
you're
have a panic
saying
attack.
that
She
is
did
your
have a panic.
side. People can faint when their blood pressure goes up.
But
And
her
it
blood
might not
pressure wasn't
show.
up though.
But maybe that's because it went back down. Maybe her blood pressure moves as fast as she does when she lip syncs. Have you considered that? Have you thought about it?
She
Have you
does
thought about other
really fast when
people
she
for the
lives.
first time in your life?
No. Plus size queens are of higher expectations. Like a lot of them have said, we had better expectations of you, or we had high expectations of you. And my notes say, talk about unfair, marginalized expectations. Like no, like like expectations that are put upon people that are from like a marginalized group, like say, just out of like, maybe people that are handicapped, right?
Yeah,
Or
I don't think it's, I don't think, and I think Jiggly clarified what she meant as well. It's not that she has she did say that she has high expectations of her because she's
yeah,
a plus size queen, but it's not that she has high expectations of her. It's because as a plus size queen, we have to work harder, which is very, unfortunately, very true because
yeah.
things that work for skinny girls will not work for bigger queens.
That's
Like
true.
you
But
can't
it does suck though that exists, right?
it is, and
Yeah.
it's a hard thing, and it's just like you obviously you do need to know your proportions. You do need to know how to work around it.
Yeah.
But it is a disadvantage of the competition that
Yeah.
you just have to. You need more fabric. You need more. You're gonna have a hard time finding shoes if you're a bigger queen. If you have bigger feet, you're gonna have a harder time finding dress sizes off the rack or custom designer clothes that are off the rack. It's still custom, but it's like off the rack or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're gonna have a hard time finding that. So it is harder. It is harder.
Have you ever felt uh there were like certain expectations of you that you felt were unfair, and and you feel like it's only put upon you because of maybe a certain attribute of yours, or just aspect of you that puts you in a marginalized light, for example, for me, because I'm Asian and gay, which you are too, but there is that
Thank you for
this
sharing.
yeah, there is this thing like of people sometimes expecting you to be this hyper feminine twink, skinny twink or something, and you always have to be, or not always have, but they perceive you usually as, oh well, you're Asian, so you're feminine. That's why they have those no femmes, no Asians thing, which by the way is a stupid thing anyway. But still, there is that like thing where like, oh, like, am I not? Because there are sometimes people want to express their masculinity, right? And for them to feel like, oh, am I not doing enough because I'm, like perceived as a certain box only? It does feel like it adds a little more expectation to, if I want to present more masculine, I have to do the extra work or whatever. So I like, that's just my example. So have you ever felt like that in any whatever way?
Um, so yeah, no, I feel like when I did drag, in my drag particularly, yes, I did feel like some expectations because I'm an Indian queen and my name is Indian, but I don't necessarily do Indian songs. So like whenever I would like, there's a lot of like Indian like communities that do drag show performances together. Then I always felt like I had to do an Indian number or else I wouldn't like fit in or something like that. So I felt like stuff like that. But
Yeah,
they're all different types of discriminations. But I feel like that was mine put on to myself. So it's kind of a different take, I guess.
I get you. No, I mean that's very much fitting because you do have that drag perspective that I don't have. So, you're able to shed light upon that. So that's, yeah, I get that. I can understand how that works, which is, yeah. Anyway, should we move on now to the bottom two? Yeah, Turing and Lady Morgana, because they were really the weakest ones. Yeah, unfortunately. So how
Okay.
about another tissue up in here? Mama? Sorry, that was just something I wrote down because Mama Pao said that towards the end. It's just stupid. Mama Pao is stupid. She is.
No, but she
Oh yeah.
was really like you could tell that she knew what we were losing that episode.
Yeah.
And that energy was felt throughout. I mean, we're jumping ahead here.
Yeah.
But that energy was felt throughout the cast, it feels like. This is the one time that Lady Morgana stood out to me.
Yeah.
But here's the funny thing though, when the song started and she did the reveal and then she started like shining the pearls, I was like, fuck, she is losing. Or like she might survive, but to me she was losing because I absolutely hate when a queen does a reveal like
Right
immediately
away.
when the
Yeah.
song.
That's what I
Yeah.
was thinking too. I was like, wow, that happened like way too fast.
Yeah.
Like, just wait it out. But then apparently she had another wig reveal.
She had multiple reveals and
Yeah.
like she planned the song. She knew the song. She planned the way that she was going to do it. She did the joke at first and then she was giving the emotion throughout. So she swept the floor.
Yeah. And her lip sync, like her face and her emotions, like through her face, it was very visible. It was way more on point than I'd say Turing's.
Yeah.
Turing was emoting, sure, but like there's still a certain way to emote particular songs, and I think Lady Morgana just did that. And I
The,
like
the,
so I
the other thing was Turing was in her corner.
Mhm.
Lady Morgana was using the stage. She was
Yeah.
like from the front to the back. Turing was giving emotion, but like she was staying in that section,
Yeah.
whereas more like you felt like Morgana was really, it was really lip sync for your life.
Yeah.
See, I can give, even if I don't like a queen throughout the show, like when they do turn out, and this was the moment that she turned out and she took it.
But yeah, Lady Morgana stays and Turing goes home. Did
Which
you
was,
agree?
I think, one of the worst decisions the show has done.
Yeah,
Because
I literally wrote Turing's exit broke my heart, and it was one of the bleakest sashay aways ever.
I
It was
cried.
just,
I cried.
yeah, it was just so bleak. It was sad.
It's because we recognize at this point in the show so early on that Turing is a fucking star.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like she is a fucking star. she is top 3 level. The only thing that's holding her back is the runways. But we've
Yeah.
seen queens with shitty runways get to top 5, get to top
Yeah.
6, 5, and then leave, which would be the perfect place for her if that was when she
Derek
had.
Barry.
It was really sad to see her leave when she did. And you could tell like the judges, the judges knew that was not like
Yeah.
they knew what they were losing. And like I feel like touring, it's going to be very interesting to see how the rest of the show goes, because touring
Yeah.
felt like the heart of the show.
Yeah.
So
It's so what was I gonna say? In the Untucked episode as well, touring was with Lady Morgana, and she kept reiterating to her, we're both gonna we're gonna be a double Shantae, we're gonna be a double Shantae. Neither of us are gonna go home, neither of us are gonna it's just kind of like, then you see the end, and it's just bumming. What a bummer. She got eliminated like right after she won too. Episode 3 she won, and then episode 4 she goes home.
I saw it coming. I didn't know it was going to be this quick, but I saw it.
Yeah, it was. I think that's why it hurts a lot more too, because she just won. This was like, oh. So
and that's something. I mean, that is something that you see in, I think, newer seasons of Drag Race, but also in All Stars, where the queen wins, and then immediately the next episode they go home. I think it's happened a few times. I don't remember the queen.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that was the episode. Do you want to say any parting words for touring, for our eliminated queen this episode?
Touring, you're a fucking star. You're gonna be absolutely missed. I really don't know what the show's gonna be without you now. Because ever since season 1, you kind of like were a presence in every single episode, and you took. But you're gonna take this energy and go on, and you're gonna be so much amazing. You're gonna do so much great things moving forward. I can't wait to see you again in All Stars at some point.
Yeah, I was just thinking that she's indefinitely gonna, not indefinitely, but she's like inevitably gonna be in an All Stars or like Blank versus the World.
Yes, I feel like she's definitely gonna be in one of those. Once she gets some money and get those looks up to a standard, she is going to be a force to be reckoned with in every single season that she appears. Like I loved the episode. I loved the combination of the last 2 episodes, the 3 and 4. But the ending, the shocking finale of touring going home, was not what I was looking forward to, but I'm excited to see where it goes.
Yeah, episode 1 to 4 felt like act 1 of a season. And then that was her like story arc. It was very, because she had her resolution between her beef with Corazon in episode 2. And after that, episode 3 she wins. And episode 4 she goes home. What a roller coaster, honestly. What a roller coaster. But yeah, she was able to stand her ground, so I'm pretty sure that's going to carry on. Yeah.
What did you think of the episode?
Thought it was very nice. That's it. Also, we'll see you guys again in the next episode.
Bye. Follow us on Instagram. No, wait. No. Subscribe to this channel. If you want us to make more videos. I'm sorry, I'm so mean.
Yeah, he's literally pointing. That's so aggressive.
Please subscribe to this channel so we can make more videos, and Josh can make some money, and then I can also make some money, and then we can make more videos like this, and then we can also talk about our personal lives, and maybe we can do some interactive shit. So please subscribe, please like and leave a comment. Let us know who you're looking forward to, and also let us know if we're gonna have a good intro next time. Also tell Josh how good of a job he's doing at editing these videos, because like last week's episode was a really good edited video. So yeah, also I hope that Josh is going to leave all of this into this.
Oh yeah, read me for cutting out a lot of Arnold's parts in the fucking episodes.
Please subscribe to this channel so maybe I will have a big.
Wait, before we go, I have one last question for you, Arnold. Hey, Kamusta.
Hey. We don't practice.
Okay, I'm ready.
You can take one too, Jay.
Oh. Okay. I had to say one thing. that I was thinking, especially after you giving your inspirational, motivational TED Talk speech thing over there. You know what this looks like? Because you look like you're in a classroom. You look like you're the professor and I'm the student. Please give me an extension on my paper. I really need it. I'm willing to suck your dick.
Please put that as the intro.
Is that a yes? Do I get the extension? Do I get a
Listen,
D plus?
That's still failing.
It's never a fail with me when it comes to a D plus.
Okay.